Don't you hate it when you ask for a girl's number and as soon as she says it to you, a tsunami comes in and sweeps you away, leaving you on a deserted island in the middle of the ocean, and you just can't remember that girl's phone number? Yeah, it happens to me every Tuesday. After you watch this video, you'll be able to remember anyone's phone number without having to write it down. First of all, let me explain what the major system actually is. The idea is you take any number and you turn every digit into a sound. After that, you can get creative and turn it into pretty much any word. Then you get to decide what kind of retention you give it, which is really important. But first, let me give you an example based on the table I just showed you. Let's say I've got this number and I want to remember it for a long time. So starting from 5, we've got the L sound, and basically you want to keep going until you can't make a word. So with just L, we could make the word eel or ale, but let's keep going. 1 is a T or D sound, so together we could have light or lead. 2 is an N sound, so that could give us the word Latin. Generally 2 or 3 digits is enough, so let's keep that word and move on. The last 3 digits could go like this. 0 could be ice, 09 could be soap, and 091 could be spot. Now joining these words together, we have Latin spot. At this point, you've got a few options. You could create a sentence by adding in smaller words like the, and, or any others that make it flow better. Depending on your words, you could end up with something like the meteorite fell in the pool, where the key words are meteorite and pool, but that's a short example. Another option is you could make sure all of your words are objects or people and then create a memory palace out of them. Most of the time, whatever you end up with is going to be easier to remember than the number you started with. But both options have different retention. Words and images stay in your mind for a different amount of time. Words are really quick to memorize but don't last as long, whereas images are slower to memorize but they can last ages. You get to decide which one you use based on how long you want to remember it for and how much time you have to do it. In my last memory video, I talked about how you should chunk information before you memorize it, but how does this apply to the major system? Well, it's really just how many digits per word you're using. In my example from the start, I used what I like to call a sliding chunk, which is basically when you read the number from left to right and you try to make the best word you can until you can't anymore. One of the benefits of this is that it's super simple to use when you first learn the major system. But wait, what are the other methods, you ask? Well, you could use a fixed chunk method, which is when you choose a size, usually 2 or 3 digits, and then you always make words with that many digits. But usually people take this one step further and they memorize every single number you could possibly get with that many digits. And at that point, we're going way beyond this video and the major system, so if you're a beginner, I would recommend the sliding chunk method. Just to clarify, everything in my last memory video can be used with the major system, so make sure you check that out. It should be right here. And make sure you subscribe for more videos like this one. Thank you for watching.